from all around Geelong. I'm here to tell you how football is.
Good morning and welcome again to the GDFL Footy Show. Yes, here we are at Buckley's Entertainment once again on a very cold Saturday morning. It is the footy season and we're raring to go for round two. Last weekend we saw the opening round and we saw last night, or under lights, out at Winchelsea, the big game between the Winchelsea Blues and the Bannockburn Tigers. And Winchelsea really came out to play and proved they're going to go one better this year, with the evergreen David Minch booting 8 goals and Tom Mullane granted his new club 7 goals. A great effort indeed there for the Winchelsea Blues. Out at Footrot Flats, yes, the North Geelong Magpies, well, they're defending their flag from 2013 and they're up against the Anarchy Roos, and the Magpies were in sensational form with Blake Miller and Daniel Key kicking 5 goals for the Magpies. And great to see Noel Tucker at half-time back after his recent illness, looking fantastic indeed. East Geelong, the Battle of the Roundabout, took on their neighbours, the Tommy Tigers, and Hayden Graham from the East Geelong Eagles kicking 7 goals there. It was a great, actually, afternoon for full forwards in the first round. Bellpost Hill, the Panthers out at the Ring Road Recreation Reserve. Very windy indeed, they tell me. They were too good for the Inverleigh Hawks. Belmont Lions, the Cogsy's best friends. Belmont Lions, too good for Coria, with Duggan booting 4 goals for the Lions, but a great effort indeed for the opening round for the Belmont Lions. And the 94.7 match of the day was the Werribee Central's Footy Club. They travelled down to the Church Street Oval at Geelong West, took on the Cheetahs. Nick Washington told us last week we could see a big improvement, but the Werribee Central's Footy Club were absolutely on fire, with Jason Buddy and Tyron Monty Bruno sharing the goal kicking there with 6 goals each. Hello, I am Dick Philpott, and once again I've assembled some of the biggest names and brains in country football to eradicate, adjudicate, communicate and definitely not procrastinate. And of course the little man that needs absolutely no introduction, we're going to bring on a new segment this week called Grubby's Grumpy Gripes. G'day mate, how you going?
Oh, I'm very well, thanks mate, and look out, because here we come. Here come the Centurions. Look out, look out.
Flash in the pan, FIP, flash in the pan. One hit wonders. And of course we brought him off the interchange bench, usually does the Colts, but very welcome a panellist on the show this morning, Alex Tajani. G'day mate, how you going?
Thank you very much.
Shut up, Grubby.
Thanks for that, Dick. But I've almost been kicked off the bench because we've got such a big head from the Werribee Footy Club and the North Geelong Footy Club. I've almost fallen off the bench this morning, but could be back-to-back wins for both you boys.
Well, his head's not all that's big about him either. Have a look at him.
Everybody reckons I've got a big head. Unbelievable. It looks like I've been redeemed. Don't be stupid, Benno. That's it. Get it right. My manager says I've got to be on the screen at least 80% of the time. That's a bit better. Fantastic indeed. Well, we introduced a new segment last Saturday morning and I think everybody enjoyed it. Got a bit good feedback from out at Anarchy. Thought it was a great thing indeed when we had Anarchy and North Geelong from the 90s. Well, we've gone one better this week. Now, all you Thompson and East Geelong people, get ready for this, because big Larry Donoghue, when he played for the Tommy Tigers way back in 1982, and I was only 32 back then. Grubby, would you believe that?
I must have been about 8.
Well, and Alex, were you born then?
I was still swimming around.
Oh, don't too much information. But 1982 was a long time ago, 32 years, and the Tommy Tigers took on the East Geelong Eagles, was one of their derby battles way back then, and Larry Donoghue features. So take a look at this, folks.
Who, the coach of Thompson, you'd have to be very, very pleased with that performance today, Larry.
Yes, Peter, without doubt our best performance of the year. Everyone put in. We had a long discussion about the game and I thought our tackling and our desperation was tremendous.
Over the last 6 weeks now you've been putting your act together though. You've been kicking some tremendously high scores.
Yes, we played well against Bannockburn, East Belmont and then we had a little bit of a downer against Anarchy and I don't think the week's break did us any harm. We've been able to regroup and get our act together again.
Skinny Harrison at full forward doing the job quite well.
Yeah, Skinny's playing very well at the moment, and while he plays in front and contests, he's not only kicks goals, but he gets the ball to the ground and helps other players kick him as well.
I see young Sudar was back in the lineup today. He's settled his differences now?
Yeah, so he settled his differences, and I thought when he came on at half-time, the second half, he did very well.
Right. He helps that forward line because you've got quite a few people there now, and yourself, Harrison and Peter Young too, moving around there taking big marks.
Yes, well, we've had Youngie at centre-half back because of the stability of our forward line. We played him as centre half forward today and dropped Trevor Aston back onto the back line, and then when Suey came on, we had to change around again. But it is one of our problems, our balance of our forward line, but it's a good problem to be in because we can play other players in different positions.
And you've still got the ruck-roving type players like Polly Rankin, who's having one of his best years, and also Peter Mann.
Yes, Polly Rankin, Peter Maher's playing very well, and in that side we've got probably the best or one of our best in Greg McLeod to come back in, who's also one of those type players. So things are looking all right.
That was going to be my next question. How many weeks will Greg be out for?
Greg may play this week, if not probably the week after.
Another fellow's having a great year in the ruck, in Rob Claridge. Hardly been beaten this year.
Rob has played very, very well. He struggled against the experience of Moore at Anarchy last week, but that's about the only time he's been beaten since he's gone in the ruck after about 4 or 5 games into the year.
Young Shane Grundle today played in a very, very good game for you in the roving role. He covered a fair bit of ground.
Yeah, I thought Shane was probably our best player for what he did. He was very constructive, and for his second game he's fitted in very well, and he's going to be a big asset to us.
Right. Who you got next week, Larry?
We play, I think, Motuwarra next week, but I couldn't be certain. I think everyone now is just taking game by game, and that's all we're interested in at the moment.
Right.
But I believe it's Motuwarra at Motuwarra.
And who would be the side to beat as far as you're concerned? I suppose Corio, we're seeing they're still undefeated.
Yes, I think Corio, because of their ability to be very balanced around the ground, they've got their small men, they've got a couple of very good big marks in their side, and no doubt they are the side to beat, yeah.
St Joseph's put up a very good performance against you early in the year, but on that occasion you had quite a few of the fellows who are in your senior side at the moment in the seconds who were down on form at that particular stage.
Yes, we did. Skinny and Suey were both in the seconds. A few others which
Ralphie?
Ralph was in the seconds, yeah. St Joseph's will be a hard side to beat, but you know, we've got them in 2 weeks' time at our own ground here, so we'll find out then.
Fantastic flashback there, and a lot of people will remember 1982 was a long time ago when the big fellow had a bit of hair, I can tell you that, and Larry was looking well. Now, another very quick segment we're going to bring in. You've got to be quick too. Grubby's Grumpy Grobs. What's going on, mate? What's got you upset?
Well, let me tell you this, and it's about umpires, but I love umpires. They're fantastic, and I get on with them really well. But when a bloke can report somebody from 100 yards away for a tribunal offence that doesn't even deem to go to the tribunal, someone's got to stop this, because the players are the most important part of all our leagues, and someone's got to stop this rubbish. If the umpire reports, fine. If there's a kick behind player or king it, fine. But a little thing like that, boys, keep away from it. Don't enter into it.
Jeez, you're really not very happy, are you?
No, not really, because...
Well, how come you just spoke to Brendan Beveridge before and you were nicest pie to win?
Well, I rang Brendan Beveridge during the week, and he agreed with the umpire. But if you see one from 100 yards away that doesn't even go to the tribunal, fair enough, but I don't agree with that.
That'll do,
And I rang Ricky too, and he's not happy either.
Shut up, Grub. I can hardly wait till next week's Grubby's Grumpy Grobs. We're going to take a break and come back and talk some Colts footy. Back after this.
We are the Raiders from all around Geelong. I'm here to tell you how football is